Good.
All right.
Yo.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.
2 seconds, kids. Children.
He's huge.
That book bigger than you, boy.
Look at this. Look.
Yeah, it's working. It's working. There you go.
B, look.
I watched some of the highlights the other day. He wasn't boxing.
Stop. I thought you were bossy.
Yeah, it's working, Trav. Yep.
Question of the day.
It's cold. This Bible is cold. The Bible is cold. This big Bible. Hey, yeah.
What do y'all know about prayer?
Let's pray every day.
You supposed to pray every day?
Let's night.
Huh? Every night? Every day, every night?
Every night, every day.
Every night, every day?
I
What you know about prayer?
I do both. I do all day.
I can't. Prayers can help you with your problems. Okay. Who else knows something about prayers? How's it going? Yes, sir. What you know about prayer, brother?
Loving.
Khalid?
It's so hard.
It's so hard.
I can't do it.
What's hard about prayer? What do you know about prayer, brother? He can't do it. So you can't do it? That's what he said. Okay, give me somebody else other than Khalid.
No.
What you know about prayer, brother?
When you pray, you talk to the Most High.
When you pray, you talk to the Most High? Okay.
You should talk to him about your problems. He's going to try to help you fix them.
Okay. What about you, brother? Build a relationship with the Most High through prayer. Okay. What about you, little sister? You said you do what now? You pray to the Most High about, you gotta speak a little louder. Your troubles. Okay. How many times a day are you supposed to pray?
Every day. Every night, every day.
Every night and every day.
3 times.
3 times a day? Why you say that?
2.
2 times a day? Morning, night, and afternoon? Where do you get that from? What make you say that?
I do it 2.
You can pray any time a day. This is true. But where would the 3 times a day come?
I would say 2 because when you pray in the morning, you ask him, make sure my day go right.
Okay.
And then, like, say if your day didn't go right, you pray around my night, maybe, and then you ask, like, maybe ask for tomorrow to be another better day. Anything.
Have y'all heard that? I like that. Have y'all heard that you're supposed to pray 3 times a day?
No.
Who? Who is this? Oh, the 400 years. Shout out to the Akshaw. You got that script? Well, we're gonna talk about the importance of prayer. Okay. I want y'all to turn y'all books to Matthew chapter 6. Let's start in Matthew chapter 6. We say this every week, right?
6 and 9.
6 and 9, brother.
6 and 9.
Yeah, that boy shot. When we was out of town, right? This young man won how many dollars?
20.
He won $20. Tell him what you won $20 doing.
How you win 20?
I named,
Matthew 6.
I was naming I named the most books in the New Testament.
That boy sharp.
You named what?
The most books in the New Testament.
You named the most books in the New Testament. So it was like a little competition, right? All the kids came together and they said, who can name the most books in the New Testament? And he won, right? So that's good. That's good. Matthew chapter 6, verse 9. Y'all get there and say hallelujah.
All right. Book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 9. After this manner, therefore, pray you, our Father, which art in Shemayim.
Read verse 8.
Verse 8. Be not you therefore like unto them, for your Father knows what things you have need of before you ask him.
So he says, the Most High know what you need of before you even ask him, right? So you know how you were saying that you pray to the Most High for your troubles, you pray to the Most High when you need something, right? The Most High is all-knowing, right? So he know what you need before you even ask him. But he also says, you have not because you ask not, right? So you want to remember to stay in constant prayer with the Most High. He already know what you need. He's just waiting on you to tell him, right? It's just like your parents. If you hungry and you never tell your parents you're hungry, you're just cooling, right? Some of y'all probably won't get fed, right? But if you say, hey, Mom, I just got out of school, I'm hungry. Can you take me to get something to eat? She might take you to get something to eat, right? You said no. She's like, no, you had lunch at school, that's it, right? But you understand the concept of when you ask for something, you can receive something, right? Okay, go ahead.
After this manner, therefore, pray you.
So he says, now pray in this manner, not to say this same exact prayer, but this is like an outline for prayer, right? It's like a template for prayer. What about that? That's Matthew chapter 6, and what verse you at?
9.
Verse 9. Gucci man.
Gucci.
Gucci man. What's going on, y'all? Shalom, shalom. All right. So he said, pray in this manner, right? Go ahead.
Our Father, which art in Shemayim, hallowed be your name.
Mm-hmm.
Your kingdom comes. Your will be done.
Okay,
in earth.
stop. Start over that prayer again. I want y'all to catch on to something.
Our Father, which art in Shemayim, hallowed be your name.
What does he say? When he says, hallowed be your name, what does he mean?
Good is your name?
Huh?
Good is your name?
Not quite behold, not quite good. Hallowed. Set apart, right? Or Kodesh, or holy, right? So, no, black one. No, that one's cool. So, holy be your name. So he's acknowledging the Most High before he asks the Most High anything, right? He's acknowledging the position of the Most High, right? Our Father, which art in heaven, he's acknowledging his position. Holy be your name, right? Go ahead.
Your kingdom come. Your will be done.
Your kingdom comes and your will be done. So how does the will of the Most High get done? Who makes sure the will of the Most High get done? Him, right? So remember, he's giving all esteem to the Most High first before he asks him anything. And that's what we got to understand, because a lot of people, they want to just ask the Most High, ask the Most High, ask the Most High, and never give reverence or respect to the Most High before they ask him, right? So it's important to do that, right? Go ahead.
Your will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. So
he says, forgive us of our debts or our wrongdoings as we forgive the people who did wrong to us. How many of y'all feel like it's hard to forgive people that wronged you? Kind of hard, right? But how can you ask the Most High to give you something if you don't forgive the people that wronged you, right? We all want the Most High to forgive us if we do something wrong, right? Who wants the Most High to forgive you if you do something wrong? Right? But how can you expect him to forgive you if you don't forgive somebody else? Right? It's a big circle, right? Go ahead.
And then I forgot, it was like one journalist was talking about like one guy, he didn't pay his debt and he asked for him to forgive him. And he did. And another guy asked for him to forgive him. But he threw him in jail, told him you have to work until you pay your debt, but you can't get money in jail. So how you gonna forgive somebody else but can't forgive another?
Exactly. Y'all understood what he said?
Yes.
So there was a story that we were reading, right, in the scriptures where you had a man who went to his master and he owed his master, let's just say $1,000, right?
Let's just say $1 million.
Let's say $1 million. Let's go with $1 million. Let's just go with $1 million, right? How many of y'all got $1 million? You got $1 million? I need 5. Give me 5. Right? So you got $1 million too? I know you got $1 million. Right? So he owed him $1 million, right, Khalid? $1 million. And he begged his master to allow him the opportunity to pay it, right? And his master said, you know what? Your debts are forgiven, right? How hard would it be to forgive somebody for owing you $1 million? It'd be hard, right? Because you want your money, right? But he forgave him and said, hey, you don't have to pay me, right? Now that same servant that got forgiven of that $1 million went to his servant, right? Who owed him $1. A penny? We're going to go at $1. We're going to go at $1. Right? He owed him $1, right? And you know what he said? Hey, man, I need my money, man. Now, he just got forgiven of $1 million of debt. But he goes to this guy and says, I need my $1. Run my $1. And the dude said, hey, man, forgive me. Give me time to pay it. You know what I'm saying? And you know what he did? Threw him in jail. Right? Now, how is he going to pay him his $1 while he in jail? It's impossible. Which means how long is he going to stay in jail? Forever. Right? So, word got back to the big guy, the master, right? And he says, well, how did I forgive you of this $1 million you owe me, but you couldn't forgive him of that $1? He called him a wicked servant, right? And sent him to the tormentors until he paid him. So, parents, can anybody give an explanation of what torment is? Torture.
Like somebody give you a whooping.
Okay.
Forever.
Punishment. So imagine your parent having a belt, right? And they roll your sleeve up on your leg, right? And they hit you with the belt over and over and over and over. Is that gonna hurt? Is that pretty painful?
Yeah.
Now imagine this guy getting whooped on his leg until he can pay back that $1 million. Right. Oh my goodness. Right. Exactly. Right.
Oh.
Now, while he getting this whooping, how is he gonna be able to pay back $1 million? He can't. So how long is he gonna be getting this whooping?
Forever. Million years.
Forever. Right.
A million years.
Now, right after that, Mashiach says, or the Messiah says, for this reason, if you don't forgive a person that trespass against you or owes you, right, or done wrong to you, the Most High won't forgive you for what you did to him. That makes sense?
Yes.
So in this prayer, he's incorporating this, right? He said, forgive us of our debts as we forgive those that have debt against us, right? Or wronged us, right? So with that in mind, how hard is it to forgive somebody that did you wrong? It's a little bit easier now, huh? Right? Not saying that it won't be hard. It may still be hard, but understand that that's a requirement that you have to abide by for the Most High to forgive you, right? So this is what he's saying in his prayer, right? Go ahead.
Give us this day our daily bread,
Mm-hmm.
and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors.
Mm-hmm.
And lead us not into
He
temptation.
says, lead us not into temptation. Go ahead. Into harm, right? Or danger or trouble, right? He said, please don't lead us in temptation. This is a prayer to the Most High. Because as you get older and older, you'll start to see that temptation comes faster and harder, right? But your prayer to the Most High is to keep you away from that stuff, keep you away from trouble, keep you away from danger, keep you away from stuff that'll make you go against him. Right? That makes sense? Yes?
Yes.
Go ahead.
But deliver us from
Do
evil.
what now?
But deliver us from evil.
He asks, Father, deliver us from evil. Right? Who don't want to get delivered from evil? You want to get delivered, right? If you fall into a snare, if you fall into some type of sin, if somebody try to snatch you up, right? There's a lot of that going on out here, right? You will want the Most High to deliver you from that, right? That makes sense? This is something that you will want to pray for, right? He says, deliver us from evil. Go ahead.
For yours is the
For
kingdom.
whose is the kingdom?
Yours.
So he's expressing again that admiration for the Most High, right? He said, yours is the kingdom. What else?
And the power.
Uh-huh.
And the glory. Forever, so be it.
So when you look at this prayer, you look at an example of how you should pray. Not that you should pray the same exact prayer, but that you should acknowledge the Most High first, right? Then you ask for what you want, and then you give the Most High his acknowledgement again before you close your prayer. Okay? Jump over to 1 John chapter 5. We can get that. We can get that. Matter of fact,
Don't follow that fear.
oh yeah, matter of fact.
One moment. Hey, though, be quiet and make sure you're ready.
One moment.
One moment.
Dang.
Get 1 John chapter 5, and then we'll go to that one afterwards. 1 John chapter 5.
You want that first one?
No, verse 14. We'll do verse 13. Sir.
13 say, these things have I written unto you. Believe on the name of the Son of God.
Verse 14. 1 John chapter 5, verse 14.
Y'all
Right
got it?
now, when you asking your parents for something, right? Because we gon' kind of compare you praying to the Most High for something, with you asking your parents for something, right? What's something that you would want to have, that you desire from your parents? What's the second one you said? Toys, right? Okay. Who won a PlayStation? Who asked for a PlayStation
I already
before?
got one.
I know you got one now, brother. Did you ask for one before? Huh? Yes, you asked for one, right?
How about
What's something that you asking for right now for your parents? What's something that you want? What's something you want? You would like a guitar? Okay. What would you like, Tyler? A who? Toys? Just toys. It doesn't matter. Just toys. A shopping
Oh,
spree.
Lord.
Okay.
Woo! Who baby is
That's
that?
your baby.
Ooh, Lord, have mercy.
Shopping spree. Okay. What's something you want?
a basketball hoop in my backyard?
Basketball hoop in your backyard? Okay.
Real.
I'm thinking about a phone.
A phone?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what you need a
I
phone for,
got
bro?
one, but it just don't work.
Okay. What you want? What you been asking for?
A microphone.
A microphone.
Bah!
He a rapper. He want a microphone.
When he was laughing, he was like this.
He been asking for a guitar and a microphone to set.
Oh, man.
What else? Who else? Who else been asking for something? What you been asking for? A fire stick? Okay. You want a jailbroken fire stick, or you want to go through Amazon? Which one you want? You ain't gotta answer that. You
All
ain't gotta
right,
answer
right
that. What you say? Okay, so everybody who asking y'all parents for something right now, right? In order for you to receive these things, what do you have to do? Do chores. Clean up the house. Get good grades. She stole your answer.
Do homework.
Do homework.
Obey.
Say it one more time.
Obey.
Obey your parents, right? What'd you say, Talia? You got to earn money. Okay, so you got to do something, right? Go ahead.
Read a book.
Read a book. That's what you're doing. Get a job. All right. Okay, so now, what was you about to say, brother? You had your hand raised? No. Okay. So all of these things that y'all asked for, y'all giving me stuff that y'all got to do in order to get it, right? Which means that there's requirements that have to be met before you receive these things, right? So you can't just say, hey, Mom, I want a microphone, or I want a guitar, I want a shopping spree, or I want a basketball rim. If you're being bad,
Phone.
if you're getting good, if you're getting bad grades, right? If you're not reading books, if you're not obeying your parents, right? Which means there's a stipulation. So if your parents are requiring a stipulation, right, or something that you have to do first, do you think that the Most High would change? Do you think that the Most High would want you to do something before you ask him? What do you think the Most High would want you to do? Say it
Follow
out.
his commandments.
Follow
Follow his commandments.
his commandments. What else? That was your answer? Y'all missing one more thing. Do good in school, huh? Huh? Nope. Follow his commandments and what?
Do good.
Do good. We put that in follow commandments. We're missing one key thing.
Obey. Follow his rules.
Obeying them is following his commandments. Shiloh, in order to get into the kingdom, what do you have to do? Accept him in your heart. That's good.
Do kind things.
Keep the commandments and what? Have
Faith.
faith.
Dang, he's
Right?
a baby.
Because even when you keeping the commandments, if you ask the Most High something, having faith is what? It's believing, right? You got to believe that he gonna do it, right? But what if you missing those two things? 1 John 5:14.
Johannes' first letter, chapter 5 and verse 14. And this is the confidence that we have in him, that if we ask anything according to his will, he hears us.
He said, if we ask anything according to the Most High's will, he gonna hear us, right?
He can hear us.
But what if you decide that you don't want to keep the commandments? No problem. Oh, he won't keep his promises to you? I like that.
Get burned like a fire.
You get burned in like a fire. Yes, you burn like a fire. Concerning your prayers, what happens if you don't keep the commandments and you trying to pray to him?
He won't hear you.
Say it one time.
He won't hear you.
Say it one more time.
He won't hear you.
Why you say that?
Because it says that if you do his will, he will hear you. But if you don't do his will, he won't hear you.
Mm.
You want me to get that
That's
up?
a good question.
That's Proverbs 28.
Yep.
Do it for me.
That one too.
No.
Let's see what the script say.
Which one you want?
Proverbs about that. 28:9. Proverbs 28:9. Proverbs 28:9. Proverbs 28:9. All right. I see y'all sharp out here. Y'all sharp. Right? Y'all got it? Proverbs the 28th chapter and the 9th verse, right? So let's see what the Most High says concerning your prayers if you don't want to keep his commandments. Who want to keep his commandments?
Me.
Who got faith that he'll come through and do what you ask him to do? Right? Okay. Let's see what happens if you don't.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 28 and verse 9.
Yeah.
He that turns away his ear from hearing the Torah.
He that turns away his ear from hearing the law or the commandments, right? That's somebody that don't want to hear it, right? He that turns away his ear from hearing the commandments or the law, what?
Even his prayer shall be an abomination.
Even your prayer is going to be an abomination. Can anybody tell me what abomination is?
Something that Most High hates.
Something that he hates. What else? Are you about to say that? Abomination? Yeah, well, some sins are abominations. That is an abomination. That's an abomination. So an abomination is something that's detestable, like ew. Ugh, I can't stand it.
Brussels
Right?
sprouts. Exactly. That's how the Most High
Disgusting. It's disgusting. That's a great word, right?
Nasty.
You like Brussels sprouts? They're not nasty. She like Brussels sprouts. Don't say that.
Beets.
Beets is good, brother. Okay.
Look at him.
Green beans. Oh,
Potatoes.
all right.
Tomatoes.
Y'all making your parents' cooking look bad now. Okay, right? So he says, if you turn your ear away from hearing the commandments, if you choose not to keep the commandments, he says your prayers will be disgusting to him. So if a prayer is disgusting to him, do you think he gonna answer it? No.
I'll throw it away.
He gonna do what?
Throw it
He
away.
gonna throw it away, just like you do them Brussels sprouts on the side. That's right. You go walk to the garden, right?
Evil.
Right? So that's exactly what he gonna do with your prayer if you choose not to keep his commandments, right? So, how many of y'all obey y'all parents? Be out. Hey, listen, y'all better be honest.
I try my best.
You do what?
I try my best.
You try your best. Who tries to obey their parents? Okay, everybody who got their hand raised, I need you to stand up. All right. So I want to see y'all faces. Okay. Try to say your name.
Should I say my name?
Try to say your name.
Corday.
Sit down. Try to say your name. Say your name, bro. Sit down. Try to say your name. Sit down. Try to say your name.
Tilo.
Sit down. Try to say your name. Sit down. Try to say your name. Sit down. Try to say your name.
Caleb.
Caleb. Sit down. Try to say your name.
Sarah.
Sit down. Try to say your name. 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 Sit down. Okay. Now, everybody who try. Oh, I'm sorry. Try to say your name. Wait, stand up, brother. Stand up. Stand up. Sit up. All right. Try to say your name, brother. James.
You missed it. James Harden.
Okay.
Byron James.
Now, everybody tried to say their name, right? Did you mess up?
No.
You just did it, right? So, it's no such thing as trying to do something. Either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it, right? Because when I asked you to say your name, there was no try. You said your name right up, right? Everybody said their name right up, right? Except for Khalid, because he was being a little funny, right? But you said your name right away. So if I ask you how many of y'all are trying to obey your parents, that should be none of y'all. Either you're going to obey them or you're not going to obey them, right? Y'all get that? Is that clear?
Yes.
Is that understand? Y'all understand that? Right? So, if you don't obey your parents, that means that you are committing a what? A sin. If you're choosing to commit a sin, what are your prayers? Abomination. See how they go hand in hand? And that's only one thing. It's definitely bad. It's definitely evil, right? How many of y'all tell lies? Let's be honest. How many of y'all tell lies? Hands high, 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 high. Now, it's telling lies, breaking the commandments. Okay. So, if you continue to break his commandment by telling lies, that means you're choosing not to keep that commandment. That means your prayer is going to be a what? Abomination. Disgusting.
So like, what if you lie and like you ask for forgiveness? Will he still listen to it? Would he still listen to it if you lie and then ask for forgiveness?
If you lie and ask for forgiveness, will the Most High hear your prayer? He could. He could. I can't tell you whether he's going to forgive you or not, right? He says if you ask for forgiveness, then he'll forgive you, right? But he also says if you willingly sin after you know that you're not supposed to, ain't no sacrifice for that, right? So we got to understand that we shouldn't willfully disrespect our parents. We shouldn't willfully lie, because your prayer then becomes a what? Abomination. Now, how many of y'all pray that y'all should get into heaven? Shout my hand. Who prays that? Right? Now, could you imagine him throwing that prayer away because you won't honor your father and your mother? Because you won't tell the truth when you're supposed to? Could you imagine him saying, you want to go to the kingdom? Trash. Could you imagine him doing that? Right? So we got to understand that when it comes to us praying to the Most High, it comes with a stipulation. You have to make sure you're doing what's proper and in line with the Most High's will so you can get your prayer answered. Get to 9:31. Call it out.
St. John, chapter 9, verse 31.
Mm-hmm.
For everybody that's following along up there in front.
John 9:31.
We gonna make it plain and simple right here.
This is right. This is
No.
because it's ain't mine.
It's no.
That's ordered a little different.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and read it.
John, chapter 9 and verse 31.
Mhm.
Now we know that Elohim hears not sinners.
He said, what now?
Now we know that Elohim hears not sinners.
He said, he don't hear sinners. Right? Prayer and abomination. Right? If you don't obey your parents, that means you're committing sin. Right? This is this is something that everybody understands, right? Is there anybody that doesn't understand that? Or that don't understand it? Everybody understands this concept, right? So we got to make sure that we're doing what we got to do on our part so the Most High can do what he said he going to do on his part, on his end, right? Get something else on that? Go ahead.
But if any man be a worshiper of Elohim,
But if you worship the Most High, right, which means that you keep his and you have faith, read.
any man be a worshiper of Elohim and does his will, him he hears.
Him, he does what?
He hears.
Him, he hears. Get Proverbs chapter 15. We're going to finish off in a second. Just want to get a couple more things.
Verse 3.
Only verse 3, sir. I was looking at verse 8.
Oh, okay.
What did verse 3 say?
The eyes of the who are in every place, beholding the evil every day.
Yeah, start at verse 3.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 15, and verse 3. The eyes of Yahuwah are in every place.
All right, where?
In every place.
So, is there any way where you can hide from the Most High?
No.
No, right? Even if you go in the closet in your house,
In a well.
under the clothes that's on the corner of the floor,
Deep well.
are you hiding from the Most High?
No.
Where?
Because he can see you.
He can see you. What if you go and find a well that's like 30 feet in the ground and you get in there? Can you hide from the Most High?
No, because he can still see you.
What if you close your eyes?
He can see you. So
He can
That's
still
like
see
you
you,
closing
right?
your eyes and saying, I can't.
Yeah, my son used to do that. He's like, you can't see me, Dad.
I
Right?
just thought about my dad. We was like something, and then I hid behind the garbage can, and he didn't know, and he was gonna leave me, and I got him down.
Right. but the Most High can still see you, right? So no matter where you try to go, no matter where you try to hide, no matter what you think you're doing in secret, even if you're telling a story or telling a lie that your parents don't know, who knows? The Most High, right? Go ahead.
The eyes of Yahuwah are in every place,
They're in every place doing what?
beholding the evil and the good.
He's looking at the evil and the good, right? Read.
A wholesome tongue
Uh-huh.
is a tree of life.
A wholesome tongue, a person that doesn't lie is like a tree of life, right? The tree of life is going to be in the kingdom, right? Yeah, right, read.
But perverseness therein is a breach in the Ruach.
Drop down to verse 8.
Verse 8. The sacrifice of the wicked,
The sacrifice of the who?
of the wicked,
Of the wicked
is an abomination to Yahuwah.
is an abomination, right? Just like a person that turned away their ears from the Most High, right? I mean, his law, his commandments, right? What else he said?
But the prayer,
But the who?
but the prayer,
But the prayer of who?
the upright,
Of the upright, of the righteous, of the people who do what he want them to do. Read.
is his delight.
That's his delight, right? That's his delight. And you got to make sure when you're praying that you're praying for the right stuff, right?
We gotta finish this all the way
Go
up.
ahead.
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, just
Gotcha.
she read my mind.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
She read my mind.
Go ahead and finish it up.
It says, I'm gonna finish it out. You gotta finish this out.
Yep.
It says, the way of the wicked is an abomination unto Yahuwah,
Uh-huh.
but he loves him that follow after righteousness.
Uh-huh.
Correction is grievous unto him that forsakes the way,
Mm-hmm.
and he that hateth correction shall die.
Who hates correction? Don't put your hand out. Do you get mad when your parents come and they correct you and got to whoop you for something? Right? They're preparing you for something later on in your life, right? They're preparing you to be honest. They're preparing you to be responsible. They're preparing you for life, right? But if you hate that correction right now, you won't take it into your older years, right? And you're going to fail miserably. So then when it comes to the Most High and the Most High try to correct you, you're going to turn your face away from that correction as well. And he said he's going to die for that. Go ahead. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Your parents shouldn't have to keep telling you stuff over and over and over again, right? Just like the Most High should, right? You got to understand this, right? Your parents on this earth are in the place of the Most High in Shamayim or in the heavens, right? The Most High told you to honor your father and your mother, just like he tells you to honor him. The only people that he gives the honor to on this earth for you to honor in this regard is your parents, right? So if you don't honor your parents, then you're not honoring who? Yahuwah, right? What happens to people that don't honor Yahuwah? They're going to go to the lake. So if you don't honor your parents, then where you going to end up? You're going to end up in the lake. All right? Get that James chapter 4, and we'll close out on that.
Yep.
We'll pick up on prayer again next week because there's some other stuff that we got to go into about prayer, okay? Really?
Little Isaac.
You don't want to be in that place, right? Right. James 4:3.
It says, you ask and receive not
Mm-hmm.
because you ask amiss.
Because you asking what?
Amiss.
What do y'all think it means to ask amiss?
Why? Why?
Said why to ask why?
Why?
Amiss. Yeah, what do you think that means?
I think that means something like, oh,
Not quite, but I like that. I like that. Very close. Parents, asking amiss. What is that?
need.
Asking for something you don't need, or something illogical, something vain, right? Something empty, right? Go ahead.
You ask not and receive not because you ask amiss, that you may consume it upon your own desires.
That you may consume it upon who?
Your own desires.
You consuming it upon your own desires, right? Read.
You adulterers and adulteresses, know you not that friendship of the world is enmity with Elohim? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of Elohim.
So you see how all of this goes into play, right? You ever heard of the context of or heard of we're not in the world or we're not of the world? Y'all ever heard y'all parents saying that or heard that at all? What do you think that means?
What he said, you're not in the world.
You're not in the world.
Like now the world is supposed to be set apart from it and do right.
Supposed to be set apart from it, right? Go ahead.
You following what everybody else doing. That's being in the world. Like say, if your friends they doing something bad and you want to follow them, you gonna be part of the world. You
Okay.
don't want you to go.
If you don't follow his commandments, then he'll burn you in a lake of fire. But if you do, he's not.
Okay. I think that's like your favorite answer for everything. There's nothing wrong with that answer. Everybody needs to be reminded of that, right?
Keep your commandments.
Hold on, it's his turn.
Like if somebody kidnaps somebody, you do the exact same thing of this world.
Yeah, you can look at that as being of the world, right? But the things that are contrary to the Most High, right? So if you're doing the things just like the people that are around you that's contrary to the Most High, right? Then you become a part of the world. And those prayers that you would pray to the Most High when you a part of the world, what you think He's gonna do to them? Throw them away. Ball it up and put it in the trash, right? Because you're asking amiss, right? You're asking for things that are illogical. It's not according to His will because you are not being or doing things that are according to His will. Make sense? Come on. And you won't be set apart, right? So, remember this. It's just like asking for something from your parents, right? In order to receive something from the Most High, you have to do something for the Most High, right? That includes obeying your parents, okay? So, who's going to remind me next week that we're supposed to be talking about prayer again? All of y'all? Okay.
What about Hallelujah?
Oh man, we can't leave up out of here without that. All right, for y'all children that don't know, when we close out the lesson, right? We close out the lesson and we say what?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Okay, I need hands. Can somebody tell me what hallelujah means?
Praise Yah. Praise Yah.
I said hands, brother. Hey,
Easy.
it means praise Yah, right? Okay. Y'all think y'all ready to give me hallelujah?
Yeah. Girls go first.
The girls go first. Boys, I want y'all to do it all together. Now, you know what? We do girls and boys.
Let's do boys first.
Look at her. She's like, oh my goodness. Why would you do that? Oh, no. I don't want to praise the Most High by myself.
She bad.
Okay. All the girls.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, brother. I'm running the show, brother. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he can teach next week. You know what I'm saying? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Boys.
I am offended. Okay. That's not how we get down. Okay. I'm gonna give y'all one more opportunity to praise the Most High. Hold your horses, brother. Okay. Remember, you singing praises to the Most High. You think He can hear that? You as loud as you can. You got me? On the count of 3, that brother said he's gonna say it too. 1, 2, 3.
boys
Okay.
want the girls. The boys
Okay.
want the girls. That's why.
All right, fellas. Let me hear y'all. 1, 2, 3.
All right now.
All together. Y'all ready? Hey, parents, follow after what Quab is doing. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, y'all. That's good. Y'all go back sit with your parents.
Oh, man.
You just on time.
Oh, my God, my knees, bro. I think all them cut blocks from high school, they finally coming to me.
All right, brother. What's up, Bob?
How you feeling, man?
Yeah, man. What's up, brother, man? You want me to?